every time we drive on Grand Avenue, we're driving on an arbitrary line that was established across the United States to help correct the surveying lines for the railroad.
So to understand why the city of Billings is platted the way that it is, why some roads are this way and some roads are this way and some roads are this way, we got to go back a few years.
In 1864, Abraham Lincoln signs the Transcontinental Railroad Act. That paves the way for 3 railroads to cross the continental United States. The Northern Pacific Railway is the line that is going to cross the northern half of the country.
So the Northern Tier Railroad is actually the 3rd and last railroad that connects the East Coast to the West Coast.
In the late 1860s, when the land was surveyed to decide where the roads were going to go, they tried to follow the same surveying plan that was used for the other 2 railroad lines. It's based on that expectation that some land surveyors from Bozeman move into the valley in 1877 and establish a small community on the banks of the Yellowstone River. They named it Colson. Well, spoiler alert, we don't live in Colson today, so something happened.
The problem was there was one small detail that the founders of Colson forgot to take into account.
The world isn't flat. Like that's the detail. See, Montana is on the upper curve of the Earth. So as the globe, that sphere, as it curves towards the top northernmost pole, a checkerboard no longer works. You can't take a checkerboard and wrap it around a basketball. That's not how everything lays out.
So now instead of arguing over smaller and smaller plots of land that would end up looking like a triangle the further north you got, they made a mathematical adjustment, a mathematical baseline, which is Grand Avenue. In fact, on some maps still today, you can see it's called both Grand Avenue and baseline. And what that did, that basically shifted the checkerboard over just a little bit so that everyone has the same size property north of Grand, just like they did south of Grand.
Everything above that line, they just kind of shifted the expectation. They shifted that land property ownership over just a little bit. And so it creates 2 overlapping sections of land here in the Clarks Fork River Bottom Valley, which is where Billings is now located.